All right, today we're jumping into a massive story, the spread of Islam. It's a journey that covers centuries, crosses continents, and introduces ideas that still shape our world in ways you might not even realize. So, let's just get right into it. It all starts with this big question. How did one faith, which began in this one corner of the world, grow into a global civilization and one of the world's biggest religions? That's the story we're going to unpack together. To figure this out, we have to go back, way back to the very beginning, to 7th century Arabia and the one man who started it all. Our story kicks off in the busy trading city of Mecca. And here, a merchant named Muhammad, who was really well known for being an honest guy, starts to share a powerful new message. He taught that there was only one God and that people had a responsibility to care for the poor. Now, this was a totally radical idea that really challenged the old way of doing things in the city. As you can probably guess, a message like that really shook things up, and not everyone was happy about it. Muhammad and his followers started facing serious opposition, which led them to make a move that would become a huge turning point in history.
This journey is called the Hijra. And listen, this was way more than just a road trip. It was the moment that a small group of believers officially became an organized community, one that was united by faith instead of just family ties. It was so important, so foundational, that this event marks year one of the Islamic calendar.
So after 8 years of building their community in Medina, the Muslims returned to Mecca. But here's the amazing part. Instead of some huge bloody battle, the city surrendered peacefully. Muhammad showed mercy to the people who had opposed him, and he cleared the sacred Kaaba of its idols, dedicating it to the one God. This one act pretty much united the entire Arabian Peninsula under Islam. After Muhammad's death, the story enters a totally new phase. This is where a unified community in Arabia just explodes onto the world stage and becomes a massive empire. So, who takes over? Well, the leadership role passed to a series of successors, and they were known as caliphs. The first 4 of them were close companions of Muhammad, and they were the ones who guided this first incredible wave of expansion. And the speed of this expansion was just mind-blowing. I mean, within just a few decades, the Islamic Empire grew at an incredible rate. From Arabia, Muslim armies conquered huge territories, including major centers of civilization like Jerusalem and all of the ancient Persian Empire. So you're probably asking, how on earth did this happen so fast? Well, it's kind of a classic case of being in the right place at the right time. The 2 big superpowers of the day, the Byzantine and Persian empires, had been fighting each other for centuries. They were completely exhausted, and a lot of the people living under their rule were unhappy. This created a perfect opportunity for the unified and highly motivated Muslim forces to step in. Next up, a new dynasty called the Umayyads takes the stage. They moved the capital to Damascus in modern-day Syria and just kept expanding until the empire stretched all the way from Spain to India. And to run this huge territory, they did some really smart things, like creating a single currency and making Arabic the official language of the government. But this empire wasn't just about conquering land, not at all. The next chapter is about an explosion of knowledge, of science, art, and brilliant ideas that literally lit up the world. So in the next dynasty, the Abbasids took over, they built a new capital, the incredible city of Baghdad. And right at its heart, the House of Wisdom. Now this place, it wasn't just some dusty old library. It was like a magnet for the smartest people on the planet. Scholars from all over came to translate the great books of ancient Greece, India, and Persia into Arabic, saving all that knowledge for the future. But here's the thing, they didn't just copy old books. No way. They studied them, they challenged them, and that led to these huge breakthroughs in pretty much every field you can think of. They developed algebra, they popularized the number system we still use today, they built advanced hospitals, and they made incredibly accurate maps of the world. And if you want to understand just how huge the impact of this golden age was, get this. The medical books written by scholars in Baghdad were so advanced, they were used as the main medical textbooks in European universities for over 600 years. Okay, so we've got conquest, and we've got scholarship. But there's a third super powerful way that Islamic culture and faith spread across the globe: peaceful trade. So how did this work? Picture this. Muslim merchants are traveling on camels across the Sahara Desert and sailing on ships across the Indian Ocean. And as they traded their goods, they were also sharing their culture and their beliefs. Local people would interact with them, and often they were really impressed by their fairness and their faith. Over time, many just chose to adopt the religion themselves. Basically, the trade routes became these massive information highways.
And this peaceful exchange had a massive, lasting impact. I mean, think about it. The reason Indonesia, a country thousands of miles from the Middle East, has the largest Muslim population on Earth isn't because of an invading army. It's because of centuries of contact with Muslim traders.
So after all that, why does this history from so long ago matter to us, right here, right now? Well, let's connect the dots and look at the incredible inheritance this civilization left for all of us. You can actually find its legacy right in the words we use every day. Seriously, words from science, trade, and just everyday life like algebra, cotton, sugar, and magazine, they all came into English from Arabic. They're like little linguistic fossils from this amazing time of exchange.
But the legacy goes so much deeper. All that work done in the House of Wisdom, it was absolutely crucial. By saving ancient Greek philosophy and making their own incredible scientific discoveries, the scholars of the Islamic world built a foundation of knowledge that eventually flowed into Europe, helping to spark the Renaissance and the scientific revolution.
So yeah, from the algebra in your math class to the sugar in your kitchen, the connections are literally all around us. Which brings us to one last question for you to think about. As you look at our world today, with all its global trade and science and culture, what other echoes from this incredible story can you spot in your own life?